Hey folks, how's it going? This is Rob. I'm voiceovering this. Minecraft pen, diamond pen. What you see me doing here is putting some thin CA glue. I do this on the ends of any wood diamond pen. Kind of stiffens up the fibers, keeps it together. Little Type-On accelerator. This tends to keep the Spectryply from breaking out, as Spectryply is a plywood and it tends to split out at times because we're between centers. Setting the rest on the tool rest. The wind tool rest on the 3240, I believe it is not right. It's actually too high. So that's why you will always see me hold the tool pretty much wrong. Starting out here with a 1/2 inch spindle gouge. It's a Sorby. I made my own handle for this one, which is out all black Spectryply. I tend to get them into round, and once they're rounded, I tend to start thinking about what design I want to make. I tend to flip them as I round them out because I can't get exactly all the way to the tailstock. Here you see me measuring out center and a couple distances. Usually that is something that I start with. It doesn't mean I stick to. Skew chisel, breaking down the edges. Back to the 1/2 inch gouge. I believe I'm sharpening it here. It really didn't work well for me. I had to resharpen it a couple times. I had a rolled over edge. When I start these pens, I really don't go in with a thought of how I'm going to cut them, except for a few. Excuse me. But usually it's kind of towards the preference of the person I'm making it for. If it's for Etsy stuff, it's just whatever I make. This one was a video for TikTok mainly. So there's a TikTok version of this, which is pretty fast. It's about 3 minutes long. Going in with 3/8 spindle gouge. And then I have a 1/2 inch half round that I'm scraping with, and I tend to like to use that to make my finishing passes, feeling how it feels in the hand. If I like how it feels in my hand, I move forward. My hands are kind of small actually, so they tend to fit well for females that use these. I've had people say that my diamond pens are too big, they're too round, or I've also had they're too thin. I make them all sizes. So if there was something to be ordered, people need to say, I want it thin, or I would like it thicker. See, I use the scraper again there. Some people like a lot of little bumps and, what you want to call it, half rounds. Some people like them smooth. Going over it again here with the 1/2 inch round, half round, and getting prepared to sand. I stand 150, 240, or I'm sorry, 220, 320, and then I stop if I am CA glue finish. See, I'm cross sanding, get rid of some of the swirl marks. That's 220. If I am finishing with just natural wood, I will go all the way up to 600. There's 320. Then I wipe it off with a clean rag. Essentially, you're varnishing this. Spectryply, you cannot use alcohol because it will remove the dye. Getting ready for some Mylan sanding sealer. I tend to use this. Some people do not when they're CA finishing. I do. Kind of gives me a preview of what it's going to look like. And if I see any dust or anything in there, Bob Smith Enterprise CA glue, super thin. Yeah, my arm's in the way. We went with 3 coats on this. I always do 3 coats minimum of thin. Here's the third. And I let that dry naturally. And it's so hot here right now, it dries in seconds. Bob Smith Enterprises medium. I will put that on, then a little Type-On accelerator. I have found out that I like the Type-On accelerator, and it works well for what I'm doing. And micro meshing. My pads are about worn out. Don't leave them in the water, they start to delaminate. But I do it so much at times that I just leave them in water. On this, I just go down and back. On the bump, sometimes you have to watch out. You can take too much off, too much CA off. Again, there's the last one. I wipe it off. Not perfect yet. So I will go in with the Axe abrasive paste. I don't rub it on while it's not moving. I always put it on while it's moving. When you're doing this, always make sure you keep pressure on it and you keep putting it in till the grinding sound stops. Grinding sound stops, that means you got it polished. Then the restoring paste, the finishing, which essentially is mineral oil carnauba wax. I'm saying it looks good. Put in some tips. There's the tips. That's pretty much it. Thanks for watching. Like, share, and subscribe.